Hi. Welcome to day 2 of the 4-day business boost where I share the 8 principles of prosperity. Today we will look at tips 3 and 4, or prosperity principles 3 and 4, and I'm so glad to share these. Go ahead and some paper and a pen or a tablet or something where you can type. We're going to be doing a couple of writing exercises today that are super powerful. So go ahead and get those ready while I do a little intro here. So kudos on day 1. Congratulations on getting through day 1 and showing up for that. A lot of people had really fun responses to that by sharing their and being visible. So thank you for showing up for that. And it's not too late to post your visibility and show like what you do or tell us a story. Show us through a story what you do and how it impacts people. Visibility is so powerful and it changes everything. So that is a really big tie-in with prosperity because you really can't make money unless you're visible, so in some form. So yeah, and it is a constant practice to tame the voices in your head as you are becoming visible, and it just as you do it, you help like calm those voices a little bit in general. And we'll talk more about voices later in the week because it's a whole other topic, and there's some great exercises I'll bring out with for that and how to interact with those voices and to help them be on your team instead of challenging. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is because I believe in heart-centered, creative entrepreneurs, and I believe that as heart-centered entrepreneurs who are making a difference, who are creative, we have the power to change the world for reals. So that's why I'm here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. I couldn't do this without you. So let's make a difference in the world while being prosperous, while thriving, and helping the world be a richer place as well. Okay, so who is ready for principle number 3? Okay, here we go. All right, so principle number 3 is huge. It is okay. It is something that it's something that if you have it in your pocket, it is invaluable. It's so priceless. And if you don't, you can get dragged down into the mire. Principle number 3 is the principle of leading from vision. Leading from your vision. Okay, we're going to dive into this one. So I have a couple of quotes here. One is by Dr. Michael Beckwith. It's pain pushes until vision pulls. Pain pushes until vision pulls. So coming from something like I have to, I should, have to live, whatever, like whatever the pain is or the thing that you feel like you have to do, it can be something that's like really, really pushing you in some way. But when you have a vision that's bigger than you, that's guiding you, and it's holding you up, you feel tethered to that vision, it is pulling you in a way that is motivating and inspiring. So that's a big shift, huh? Okay, great. And I use that quote in my TED Talk too. I just love that quote so much. Okay, another favorite quote of mine is by Mary Morrissey, and it's that this one's huge too. You can't get to your dream. You must come from your dream. You can't get to your dream. You must come from your dream. So not chasing it or moving toward it, but instead feeling it and accessing that dream, that vision, and then letting that create from there. Trippy. So powerful. Huge. Okay, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to support you with 2 or 3 different things, including a couple of writing exercises that will possibly have this will have a huge impact on your life. These are huge tools that will change everything for you, the way you see your business, the way you see what you want, and you're going to tether yourself to your vision like you never have before. So, you ready for this? Okay. So a paper and pen, handy, or tablet, whatever you want, type for typing, whatever you want to do. But seriously, this is a pretty deep process. So I really want you to write it out, not just think it. So there's a different level of connection when you're actually writing, and also, in so many levels. Okay. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, if you could have anything you wanted for your business, if your business, like, what is the ultimate dream for your business? What would that look like? So go ahead and write out, like, this is what I would really want. Not just like, kind of want, I'd settle for this, but like, for real, like, my coaching mentor would call this your wildly improbable goal. So, like, what is the thing that you want to create in your business, like the maximum potential that your business has? So, writing this down, like, what is that? What would it look like? So, go ahead and write that down. And take a minute or so to just really write down what that looks like, what your business looks like from this place of absolute possibility. Okay. So now that you have this piece here, um, okay. So now I'm going to ask another question. Why do you want it? Why do you want to create it? So just write about that. So a little bit of why. Okay. So we're gonna go back and forth here. We're gonna do some little trickies here with your with your mind process. Okay. Um, what else do you want? Real quick, just one more of what else would you want in that scenario for your life? Let's write that down. Okay, now what would that give you? What would having this vision, what would it give you in your life? What would you receive from that? What would it give you? And think about internal too. Like, what would it give you a sense of or feeling of as well? Okay, now answer this question. How would your life be different if your business was in that high level state that you imagine, that you envision? How would your life be different? One more question? Or I have a few more. Here's another one. Why do you want it? Why do you want to create this business, this vision? Why? Okay, now why else? More whys. What kind of impact, ripple effect would this have on your life, especially? Why? Why do you want this? Okay, now why is that important? So you can answer your why is your why important? If you have a solid why you want to do this, why is that important? Why else is that important? Like I'm being a toddler right now. It's like, why? This is such an important process, though. You won't regret this, I promise. So, why else is that important? Okay. So, take a deep breath. I have a couple more quotes for you. This is from Jeff Brown. It is the heart that knows the path. The mind is just there to organize the steps. And a Nietzsche quote, he who has a... Actually, I can't read my... Oh, there we go. Who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. That's why this why is so important. And if you don't fully feel this why, like, wow, that's why I want this. That's like the essence, the underlying reason why I want this. I want you to do this exercise again, watch the video again, because these questions are so powerful to get you to remember your why. Like, why are you doing it? Because there's a lot of factors that can keep us um, distracted from our why and the purpose that we have in our work. And the impact the work makes is huge. I think about so many people who've had so much influence for me and supported me, and how much it has made such a difference, and still to this day, and how much art that I have, like, all around me, that I love, that brings me joy every day. Um, the impact is, sometimes we forget how important that is, and how to tune into that. So this is important question to remember to access. Okay. So that feeling of why and feeling of this vision pulling you is huge and coming from your dream. And in the Money Mindset Makeover Kit that you received, if you sign up for the email address on the link, which I can post again below, you'll get the Money Makeover Kit. And there's a visualization in there which helps you come even more from your dream and tuning into your future self. It's a really specific future self exercise that can help you access that, and it's in the video as a part of the Money Makeover Kit. So if you don't have that yet, you can go ahead and sign up, and I'll put the link in the chat here. Yeah, because that's a powerful visualization. It's one of the people's favorite feedback pieces for the workshop. So, okay. So now, all right, so that's principle number 3 is the principle of leading from vision. So accessing your vision, letting it pull you and coming from that place and remembering that the why is how to access motivation. And that's huge. Okay. So now principle number 4. Principle number 4 is the principle of acknowledgement. So acknowledgement can look like a few things here. It can look like gratitude, which is a very, very common, it's probably the most common prosperity or abundance practice is gratitude. And also acknowledging what you're doing so far. So I've done this homework piece, and I've had a lot of clients do this homework piece where a night before you go to bed, you write down things you're grateful for and things that you did that day that you're acknowledging yourself for. Because as entrepreneurs, we have endless to-do lists. And they go on forever. They will never stop. And that's like job security because there's always something to do. So just acknowledging what you have done helps you feel a sense of accomplishment that's priceless. So that's one piece. And the thing about the gratitude practice is typically what people do is they make a list of things they're grateful for, and that's great. And I've learned that there's some brain research that if you actually take one thing you're grateful for and you write a whole paragraph about that one thing, person, whatever it is there, you will like deepen the pathway of gratitude in your brain. So your neuro pathways. So think about one thing right now that you're grateful for. And this is just for today. You don't have to make it the most important thing in your life. You don't have to like get heady about it. But just one thing you're grateful for. And write about 3 sentences about this thing. Why you're grateful. What it brings to your life. What you appreciate. And if you haven't written, just keep writing until for another minute or so about this one thing. Okay, so this is something you can do every day. You can both acknowledge what you've been doing and acknowledging yourself for, actually let's do that for a minute dude, just for a second. I don't know what that noise is outside, but I'm going to see if I can find my headset. Sorry about that, it's super loud. No, it's not, but I'm still going to do this. Okay. So acknowledging your done, what you've shown up for, just list 3 things. And this could also be a list. And sometimes a list here makes more sense because you're like, whoa, I did a lot of crap today. You can also write a paragraph if something is especially, you want to feel, you feel a lot of satisfaction for something, or you want to access satisfaction for doing something that felt really big to you, writing about that too. Because you don't have a boss that says to you, oh my God, good job, and it's easy to keep on focusing on all the things that you haven't done yet that you're not doing, because that will be endless. And when you show up acknowledging yourself, it really makes an impact. Okay, great. So this could be a prosperity practice that you do at night, where you write one paragraph about what you're grateful for, something you're grateful for that day, and you acknowledge yourself for the things that you accomplished. And it can be even small things too, so anything that you feel like was an accomplishment. Okay. So then now we're going to do something that we're going to combine this vision with the gratitude acknowledgement piece. So this is going to be your homework, and I'm going to explain this. This is a tool that I've used in my money programs and I've used with my clients, that it's such a huge energy shift for people, and it helps you tune in to possibility and prosperity. And so I'm going to give a little story first. Um, so this is called future play, or it's like, so you can do it a couple different ways. So basically it's that you want to act like you're in the future. You're already in your vision. You've already created it. You've accomplished it. And you're there, and you're experiencing gratitude and reflection from the place of having already created it. I did this with a buddy in a program I was in Santa Cruz like 15 years ago or more. And we both wanted to move to Hawaii. We were in Santa Cruz, California. And we kept, every week we would meet, and we would talk as if we were already living in Hawaii. And guess what? We both ended up moving to Hawaii. And I remember at one point I was visiting her on the Big Island. I lived on Maui. And I was like, oh my God, we're here. Like, this is the moment that we were creating, that all those times, we were practicing for that. And there was more to it too, but this exercise is so huge because it helps you tune in to possibility, and it even helps you create it a little bit as well. It helps people solve problems sometimes because they get into the feeling of things and the why, and tuning into the bigger heart vision, and they get out of their heads from it. Okay. So the way this works oftentimes is that you set a timer you sit with a friend, somebody who really supports you and supports your vision. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, it's a great one. Um, and and so you imagine that you are in the future. You can set a chime, you can do some kind of noise thing, and then you just like act like you're in the future, and you just talk to each other. And you can take turns sharing your vision if you want, to just give yourself some space so you can, talk it out. And you can ask each other questions as well. So you can say, okay, well, how is that blah, blah, blah. You can ask questions about how did that work out? And you find solutions to things, and you find the possibility in things like you couldn't see it before. So this is huge. Another way to do it, if you don't have someone with you who will support this, and do it with you, is that you can write from this. I learned this from the Best Year Yet training that I had too. So you write that from the future. So you set a date on the paper or wherever you're writing, and so let's say it's a year from now. So let's say it's September 15th, 2022. And you write, about your life at that point and what has happened and how you feel. And you can even take this one step further and do gratitude from that place. So if you do a gratitude paragraph from 1 year in the future, and you're expressing gratitude for what you've created, or 5 years in the future, wherever you want to go, then you're doubling up on so many levels here of creation and prosperity, because you are saying to the universe, I'm here, I feel this, I access this is possible, and I am grateful for this. So that is huge. Okay. So that's your homework to take this vision, the vision that you've accessed, to deepen it if you want to acknowledge and express gratitude, to do some future play. And so this is the main homework, to do the future play either in writing or in person with someone. And I would even encourage you, if you know people in this group or you want to connect with people more in this group, in the Facebook group, reach out to somebody that you can say, hey, do you want to do a phone chat or a Zoom, or to share each other's future play experiences, you know? Um, so this is something that I incorporate into the buddy part of my money programs. So I've been doing it with people for a long time, and it's really powerful. Um, yeah. So okay. So enjoy that. It is so priceless. And yeah, is acknowledge yourself for what you're doing. Tune into your vision, and keep like creating those neural pathways to possibility and relief and freedom and prosperity, and trust the process. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to dive into the next two principles that are going to tie into the ones on Friday. I'm so excited to share the rest of these with you. And please let me know how this lands for you. Let me know if you have what insights you have around your vision and things that were surprising to you. Let me know how the future play goes. So please let us know in the group. And if you haven't posted your visibility, what you're doing, what you're up to, please share that in the group as well. All right, I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much.